Hey Johnny, all right man, this is what I got for you. Again, these may be things that you're already more advanced than this and just keep telling me and I'll keep pushing for stuff that's more useful. So the scale of C, which you've already been messing with, which is cool. I just wanted to point something out about scales because this is music theory that I'm kind of talking about, which is pretty cool. So the way that this scale has no flats and no sharps. Okay, those are all natural notes, right? C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And when you're looking at music, the way that you know that something is in this key of C is not only does it usually start with the first chord is usually C, but you'll look at the signature line and there are no sharps and flats indicated at the very beginning there, at the first line. That's the signature, and that's how you indicate, oh, okay, there's no sharps or flats. This must be in the key of C, and so that you know that those chords and those notes are going to be predominant, and that's the rails of what you're doing. And the chord structure, the protocol for every key, the way that you know the main chords of that key is that it's the first, the fourth, and the fifth. Meaning they're based on the first, fourth, and fifth note of the scale. So 1 is the first note. So the first chord of the scale is, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, which is F, and then the fifth, which is G, and 1. So 1, 4, 5. That's true in every single scale, okay? And the only other interesting note there is the one that's in the 5 position is a 7th chord, which means that the chord itself includes the 7th note of the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's an F included in the G chord, which makes it a G7. So it's 1, 4, and 5, and the 5 chord is always a 7th. It includes a 7th. It's actually a flat 7th, just so you know. So, actually a flat 7th. So, okay, so that's pretty cool to know. And as we talk about other scales, like that'll get reinforced. So you're always looking to the scale, how many sharps or flats it has. That will tell you what key that you're in. That will tell you then what chords make up the scale, or are part of that scale or comprised. And you'll always know what the 5 chord is, and you'll always know it's a 7th. The 7th is super key. The 7th is, when you like a chessboard, like the queen and king, right? That 5 chord is super important. That 5 chord that is a 7th is super important because that's where everything resolves from, right? All of music is about that tension that builds the structure using different chords and then ultimately getting to the 5 chord or the 7th and then having it fall over and resolve back to the major, to the 1. Okay, so in music theory, like everything is building to that 5 chord and then resolves back to the 1 chord from there. That's the center of all structure of music, is that 5 and that 1. And something that's interesting about that actually is that 5 chord, 1 chord thing that I'll talk about later. It's called the circle of fifths. Appears to be present in every form of music on the planet, right? So they have a theory, because music varies wildly from Asian, Middle Eastern music to Indian music to our music, but they all have that construct. And it makes them believe that there is some sort of cosmic mathematical truth related to, or axiom related to that structure. And so they believe that actually they would find that logic in any music in the universe. So when they send garbage out to space to foolishly tell people where we are, or aliens where we are, they always include something about the circle of fifths because they think that everyone will understand it. All right, tangent. So something I think you should do that's interesting, I'm not going to show you how to do it right now, so I think it's worth you giving it a shot, is you're playing the key of C with your third finger as the C. I want you to figure out how to play the scale of C with your middle finger as the first note. And that doesn't mean figure out how to get back down here. It means there's another way to play it here, and then do it with your first finger. And there's another way to play it up here. But sound it out so that it's that same scale, but now it's here, and then here. Okay, there's a way to do it. So that's an interesting and good thing to do. And then I want to come back to, next time I send you something, I'll send you something about the next position after C and the logic of that. I think that's kind of cool. But in the meantime, one more thing. So I know you talked about chords in more than one position. So here's C, and here is C. So this is this bar chord right here where you flatten this out, or people do it this way too if they're smart. And then what you can do is extend it. So really all you're doing is taking the C off the top and switching it up here. And then you have this major chord, kind of AC/DC chord, but it's way up here is C. So C, 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 C. Okay, and that's okay. And then there's F, and then there's F, and then there's F, and then there's the bar. Here's F, and then of course if you want you can. Okay, so F. There it is. And then there's F. This is a kind of a D chord construction, but up here, right? And then you can extend it. And then it's the flat bar, and you can extend that. All right, that's all I'm going to show you right now, dude. Let me know if that's useful or headed in the right direction when you get a chance.